Good evening. We're Team Bobcats. I'm London Almanderis. Beside me, I have Matthew, Victor, Omar, and Emily. And this is Project Panther. Today, our project is based on Abraham Kazin Middle School, located on the inside of Loop 410 near Palo Alto College and Texas A&M on Gillette Boulevard. Our goal for this project is to incorporate everybody in the community. Currently, Kazin Middle School is abandoned and no use at all or benefit to the community. We want to let the community connect, relax, and learn. And now I will pass it on to our master plan designer.
Hello, I'm Matthew, and I am in charge of the master plan. We have 5 main wings. We have the entrance and administrative, the arts building, gaming wing, greenhouse teen center, and the shelters, which are located in the back. We chose the locations for these mostly due to sound. So if people wanted to use the shelters, they would be in the more quiet zones in the back. And I will hand this off to the designer of the kids' library.
Good evening, my name is Victor, and I worked on the kids' library portion of this project. So in the designing process of the kids' library, I started off with the exterior, which you can see on the left side of the screen. On the middle, you can see that I started working on the interior, just a few sketches, the first floor and second floor. On the far right, I started designing a floor plan where I added bookshelves, computers, and just a resting area for anyone who wants to relax. Then I moved on to a master plan for my building where you can see in more depth how many bookshelves, computers, where the counter is. And basically the building is mainly lighted by a curtain wall, and there's bookshelves on the bottom and the topmost parts of the library with computers in the center and near the checkout counter. So since it's a kids' library, most of the kids are most likely going to go to the computers, and they need some sort of supervision, which is where the librarian comes in the checkout counter. Then there's also stairs leading to the second floor, and the second floor is mainly just a relaxation area with couches, tables, and we decided to add a unique feature, which would be hanging seats and an indoor playground. And here are just some visuals to help you better see what's within the library. Next off is Omar with his gaming wing.
Hello, my name is Omar, and I'm in charge of designing the gaming building. So it is a building that was originally planned as 225 feet by 73, but the plan is to cut down some space as 129 by 73 and turn it into a building with 4 rooms on each side, in which one half of it is going to be used for gaming consoles and computer gaming, and the other half is going to be used for an arcade, which includes basketball hoops, a pretty cool slide in the middle, skee ball, and driving simulator. And so for the gaming, the gaming side, which is we'll have known consoles such as PlayStation, Xbox, and Nintendo, and so those are just examples. And now I'm gonna pass it on to the shelters with my partner Matthew.
These are the shelters, which I've mentioned before, are located in the back. We have 3 buildings towards the back of the campus. For Shelter 1 will be dedicated for males, while Shelter 2 will be dedicated for females. The showers will be next to the shelters, which are also divided. There will be 6 units in total, and 1 unit can hold a person, of course, but It's 623 square feet. There is 1 bedroom, 1 living room, and 1 kitchen. It has a 6-person capacity for the entire building, and they're also separated by age. And I will now pass it on to the engineering.
Once again, my name is London Amandaris, and I was both in charge of the electrical and mechanical engineering portion of the project. So in order to find out the load for our entire project, I calculated the dimensions of each building, calculated the lighting and power and AC that was necessary, added those into the buildings, found the volts and amps of each item, and appropriately sized each circuit breaker per circuit. For the lighting and cooling, I used the Sierra 10 model, both 12 and 4-foot sections, and for the air conditioning, I used a standard AC unit. As the rule of thumb goes, we used 1 ton per 400 square foot, so that gives us a 2-ton AC unit for every 2 classrooms on average, and for the larger buildings, it's a 35 to 40 ton. For sizing the circuit breakers, each building has separate circuit breakers for the hallways, for the lighting in the hallways, and the AC units. So in case of any power outages, there will still be lighting or air conditioning on other separate sides of the buildings. I dedicated breakers for larger appliances such as refrigerators, ACs, washers, and in total from our project, the biggest energy consumer was the game room. And now here is our project manager.
Hi, I'm Emily Manise, and I was a contractor of Project Panther. We decided to go with an overlay for all 3 areas. We were just focusing on the main 3 areas, the shelter, gaming, and library. So we did an overlay pattern since this building is no longer in use and there's no one occupying it. We would start it all together. We would start with the selected demolition and then go through the MEPs, the finishings, and end it with the owner furnishings. This will take approximately 37 weeks to finish. Next is the budget. So calculating all the areas from each of the 3 main buildings, we went through the cost per square footage on past historical buildings, and we came up with the construction cost of $2.5 million. We went through the furnishing of what each building would need and all the equipment. And the design percentage, we would guesstimate to be 8%, and the total for the project for these 3 buildings would be $3.3 million. And then we'll end conclusion with Omar.
So our conclusion for this plan is that we want to give a new use to a building that is no longer available for public, who was no longer used for public use, and our goal is to make it fun and learn and create a socializing and learning environment for everyone in our community involved. Thank you.
All right, thank you, South San. Great job, great job. All right, we'll start it off with Steve. Any feedback?
Good job, guys. Very good job. I like the ideas that you were pulling together. I like the sketches. I do a lot of sketching myself, and I just want to encourage you to continue to think through that method. And I enjoyed seeing your calculations, the thought processes of how you considered the loads and also the construction schedule. I do have one criticism. What do you have against Pac-Man and Galaga? Those are my favorite games, and I would appreciate a room dedicated to just those two. I'm old school.
You're dating me.
Great job. Thank you very much.
All right, thank you, Steve.
Thank you.
Mary.
Good job. I think I really like the fact that you put so much thought into the planning and the master planning of it, and that you know, when you talk about the acoustic sensitivity of why you put certain things on one part of the site and the other, I thought that was really well done. And again, when you were presenting the library, same thing of just where the librarians had a good oversight that's so important in that area. So I thought that was really well done. And then in the gaming, just kind of, you know, how you've got the one room was really active, and then you have those separate rooms. And I think that's important in the gaming world. And then I did like that the project schedule and budget was there, and that, you know, just the idea of repurposing a building to give back energy and active to the community was a great project choice.
All right, thank you, Mary. Eduardo.
San Antonio has so many areas that have opportunity that I am very glad you picked one that was close and dear to your heart, and that you were able to adapt an existing site to what you would like to see there. So I applaud you for that. I also really enjoy when you were using rules of thumbs to size things, because once you learn them, it's very easy to come up with a quick idea of what is it that you're gonna need, of tons of air conditioning, of cost per square foot, and it will be very useful for you later on.
Thank you. Julissa.
I also, like you guys are saying, I love the idea that you're looking at the buildings and what can we do to repurpose them. And not always start everything from scratch, right? There's some really existing, amazing buildings in the community that can be turned into something else that you can really take advantage of. That particular building, I'm a Bobcat, by the way, so love that you picked something from the neighborhood, because we need more people thinking about the existing things that are around our own community. Not always something out there, but right here next to us, right? So I applaud you for that, and thank you so much for bringing it up to this type of event, so thank you.
All right, thank you, panelists, and thank you, South San.